There are many challenges within the autism community. There also are many opportunities. Kansas Center for Autism Research and Training, or KCART, actually was established in 2008 using both private and public funds supported by KU and an endowment. We've worked to develop this early career postdoctoral training program around individuals who want to develop as independent scientists who are studying autism.
I'm Jena McDaniel. I am a postdoctoral research fellow at the Lifespan Institute, and I work with children with autism and conduct a variety of research projects related to children. My overall research program focuses on language intervention for children with a variety of disabilities, including children with autism. For autism right now, we're focused on the study to increase the vocalizations of children with autism with the goal of progressing towards spoken words faster. So can we teach them to use vocalizations when they're young in order to learn their first words at a younger age?
My name is Shafer. I am a postdoctoral research fellow here in the Lifespan Institute. I work with Dr. Matt Mosconi, and I study sensory and motor processing in people with autism. My research now is really focused on how people with autism bring in multiple sources of sensory information, including visual information and somatosensory information, how they feel their bodies, and using that information to control movement.
My name is Heather Fielding-Gebhardt, and I'm a postdoctoral researcher at the Lifespan Institute. My research interests are in how parents and children interact and how parental characteristics can impact child development.
My name is Kathryn Unruh, and I'm an assistant research professor with the Lifespan Institute and the Kansas Center for Autism Research and Training. My research is trying to understand how individual differences in behavior and in how brain functions can be used to try to predict or develop more personalized treatments for individuals.
My name is Wallisch, and I am a postdoctoral researcher here under Brian Boyd's mentorship at Juniper Gardens Children's Project. But overall, my research really focuses on using technology and telehealth to ensure that all families have access to intervention services. My research also focuses on the challenging eating behaviors of young children with autism.
And then we were very mindful that there may have been a little bit of a gap in terms of what happens after your doctoral training before you become an investigator running your own lab. There's this postdoctoral early career phase, which is very gray for a lot of people. There aren't programs for it for the most part. It's people carve their own path.
One of the biggest challenges in my research with the pandemic is that I lost all momentum. So I had just started a brand new study, had started collecting data, and then everything had to be shut down.
So we weren't collecting any data, and we didn't collect any data for close to a year.
I had to do my dissertation study through Zoom entirely because of the pandemic. So I wasn't able to make connections with families in person.
So during the pandemic, we shifted to tasks that didn't require in-person activities. So we did a lot of prep for future studies. So that way we can now hit the ground running now that restrictions are being lifted.
So it's interesting because one of my lines of research related to telehealth actually exponentially grew, like overnight almost.
That's really special in that it's such a vulnerable period of their careers. And during a pandemic, that each of them has found a way to be successful in securing external supports and to allow their research programs to continue moving forward.
The Lifespan Institute has a very strong history of developmental disabilities research that is really valuable, especially at this point in my career.
One of the things I'm most excited about is thinking about how we match those interventions with children and how we think of intervention packages that meet the whole child and meet the family's goals.
The environment that KU provides, especially for research in autism, because of the Kansas Center for Autism Research and Training, really was going to be the type of place that I wanted to do my studies. We are so well supported. We have just a wealth of faculty here, but also a wealth of resources for families. And so it's a really exciting time to be part of KCART and to be an investigator.
One of the coolest things about the Lifespan Institute is that there are so many different researchers doing different types of research across autism. And it's true interdisciplinary research from individuals across different research backgrounds.
There's a lot of really exciting aspects to being part of Lifespan Institute and KCART and KU more broadly. You know, it's a community that has been unlike any that I've been a part of.